Good afternoon, Bengals. It's Miss Romanesco here, and I want to tell you about some fun new books we have in our media center. Because it's going to get colder and we're going to be inside more, so I figure reading a book is one of the best things we can do. So the first book we have here, we have King and the Dragonflies by Kacen Callender. And it's about our main character. His name is King, and unfortunately, his brother Khalid passed away. So he believes that Khalid is now a dragonfly, and he goes to look for him. And the whole book is about how he and his family deal with the loss of his brother and other secrets he is keeping. One big one is that he sees Khalid at night in his dreams. This is a very lyrical and poetic book, and I'm going to read the first few lines for you. The dragonflies live down by the bayou, but there's no way to know which one's my brother. I've never seen so many dragonflies around this time of year. There are hundreds, maybe even thousands, just sitting on tree branches and rocks, baking in the sun, flitting over the brown water that seeps up from the dirt, zipping across the sky, showing off their ghost-like wings. Happy in their own dragonfly paradise. I want to ask Khalid. I want to ask him, why did you choose a dragonfly? Why not something cooler, like a lion or a panther or a wolf? And if he were still in the body that's now buried in the ground over in the Richardson Cemetery, he might hit me upside the head with his crooked grin and say, "Let me alone. I can choose to be whatever I want." And I wouldn't be able to argue because I know he'd be exactly right about that. So that was King and the Dragonflies by Kacen Callender, and that is available for you for checkout. Our next book we have here is Devils Within by S.F. Henson. And so this is about our main character, Nate, and he grew up in a cult of white supremacy and extreme violence. And when he leaves, he has to change his name and everything, and he adjusts to going to a new school where he's not just around only like white people or like terribly or white supremacist ideologies and beliefs. So it's a big adjustment for Nate. And if you want to read more about him, check out Devils Within by S.F. Henson. And our first line here, we have 587. If he catches me, I'm dead. Literally dead. Like the trees I'm racing past. Like Mom. Like no longer part of this evil freaking world. So I run. I'm tempted to stop, to give up, to let him kill me. Because when it comes down to it, death might be a relief, since it's the only way I'll ever be free. And that was the first few lines from Devils Within by S.F. Henson. And it is available for checkout at our library. Our next book we have A Heart in a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. And it's about our main character, Annabelle. She has just been through a lot. And so much so, one day, she's running from Washington State, all the way to Washington, D.C. So if you want to find out what causes somebody to run all the way from one end of the continent to the other, check out A Heart in the Body of the World. A Heart in a Body in the World. Annabelle Agnelli is trying to hold it together in the parking lot of Dick's Drive-In. After what just happened, she's stunned, frozen, and then imagine it. Annabelle's wrecked self suddenly takes off like a lightning bolt. She's clutching the white bag, which has an unfortunate word, Dick's, stamped across it in orange. Her burger is still warm. She's holding the Coke too, which sloshes like a stormy sea as she tries to outrun the bad visions of the recent past. French fries spring loose in the bag, and it shakes around like a maraca. So to find out why Annabelle is running, check out A Heart in a Body in the World by Deb Coletti. And last, but certainly not least, we have a brand new title called The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu. And it's about our main character, Clara, and she doesn't take things too seriously. But one day, when a prank goes a little too far, she's working on her father's food truck called Cobra, which is Korean and Brazilian food, with her nemesis, Rose Carver. And ultimately that summer she works on a food truck, turned things around for her. So if you want to hear about some good food and remember some fun from fun summer days, especially as we get colder weather, I'd highly recommend The Way You Make Me Feel by Maureen Gu, available at our media center. I hope you enjoy these books, and we always have plenty of titles for you at the Plainfield East Library. Take care and have a fabulous weekend, and a fabulous day as well. Goodbye now.